Who's more mature, us or John Moran? It might be John.
It's John.
That's not a good thing.
Oh, somebody clip that. I need to see that all over. Oh my God. You're not touching my dick. You should have said my in there.
Oh, Grady, why?
I just got flashbacks to the show we did on Liquor Station. It was just all dick bugs.
That was bad. That was bad. Anyway, I think you can make the case if it's Emmanuel Quickly as the primary piece going out. What if it's Quickly and RJ Barrett? And it's a combined deal, John Morant and KCP for RJ Barrett. And the math may not work perfectly, but that's the foundation of it. John Morant and KCP for RJ Barrett and Quickly.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if they do that on the Raptors.
Yeah, and I also don't know that Memphis wants that Quickly on the books. 33, like another 3 years, like that's.
Yeah, they want young players to draft capital. They want flexibility. I would
maybe
be
an depending on who's giving on assets. Like you may have to. It can't be like a Trae Young just straight up swap. Yeah, I think there needs to be assets in there somewhere. Give or take.
All right, let's go here to the team that organizationally I like, and that's the Miami Heat. I think the Miami Heat could provide kind of a tough love environment for Ja Morant. They're known for pursuing big names. However, Noah LaRoche was an assistant in Memphis when they installed the system that Ja Morant hated for a decade, and it is the no pick and roll, very, very limited pick and roll system that is now being hit. So Morant already hated playing in the system in Memphis to the point where the coach got fired, and that's the system in Miami. So that would be a big roadblock.
And it's going to be the Magic off the tip.
Miami, everybody made a player popped up. Miami got it. So, and I do think if you could find a way to make John work in that system, I think that Portland would be a very big positive thing with John Morant.
Man, he plays as big as any of them.
So, if there's one thing Spike could do, it's that he can get the most shots. And I think that could be good. And maybe it's a single situation like I mentioned earlier, where they get him, and maybe at some point he rehabs and they're able to look into something else if they don't want to keep him out. That could be a big deal. And I think that's the one thing with Jaws that, like, we saw this from him, but it was very early in his career. I think that some team out there would be willing to take a chance. Maybe not this year, but certainly probably next year as we get into the contract. Well, can we get that guy back? You know, like, it's not fair. Because that was a superstar player.
Cunningham's got his second best.
You know? So, and we did put the coaches with Milwaukee.
How they're using him
Because Milwaukee didn't compete any kind of that concept of look because they could try to move up in the standings and become a playoff team. And once again, Giannis has said if you won't ask out, the fact remains he could be a free agent for 2027. They're going to need to get clarity from the summer and they're going to have a year. I'm standing or whatever is eligible to do it. They're going to want to get extension over the summer. They're going to want to get that commitment from them, and if they don't, then they're taking situation where Giannis may not ask out, but if he says I won't sign an extension, they're a very different choice. They either let Giannis get the free agency in 2027 and potentially leaves them with nothing, or free him before. So they're going to have to sign an extension with the Bucks this summer, and that means doing whatever it takes, including the dead money salary of being to try to convince Giannis that he can live in Milwaukee. So maybe that's pretty. I think that if anybody's desperate, they don't have a lot going their way. And if they're able to get a distressed asset and make him look good, that'll be good.
And Detroit has possession.
Doing something
they lead by 4. Here's Reed. No good on that one. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Carroll outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Richardson. The Magic again can't hit. Pistons leading by 4. Pass to Cunningham. And Payne pulls it down.
So that's 36 million there. You got to add another salary to that.
Outside Robinson.
That's actually difficult math-wise. Without touching Miles Turner, Giannis,
146 left in the first quarter.
That have to go. 749 Rollins and been very important.
There defensively, they know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
This is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range.
I think maybe the opportunity cost
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
But I think that at that number of quarters for another couple of years, he could be a good, 6-man bench big type, and the teams may want him and may give you assets for him. Nothing insane, but they may give you something. And so you've got to be, like I've been saying all show, you've got to be really invested in Ja. And I think with Giannis, I think he would probably really value having a guy that has like that cachet that he can rely on as well, So I think that may be one of the reasons why you would want to do that.
All right. Well, Donnie, this wound up being one of our longest shows that we've done at the 35-minute mark. Started kind of a mini job podcast, plus a little bit of Anthony Davis in here. But we appreciate all of you for joining the show today. Please make sure you do subscribe right here to the channel. And let us know, where do you think Ja Morant winds up? Donnie, I'm going to say Ja ends up in Miami. That's my prediction. Ja winds up in Miami. Where would you have him going?
They finally get the guy. After like 5 years, they finally get the guy.
They may not wind up being happy about it, but yeah.
He's going to wind up in Toronto, and as long as they don't touch Dick.
You just had to. All right, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time. See ya. And stay safe.
Here are the Magic now. 6-point game. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Thompson in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. And that drive gives Banchero all the momentum he needs. And, boy, he turns it into an explosive finish.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Wagner, right side, over Thompson. And it's Wagner missing. And here we go. Jumps up, and Thompson throws it down.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And Banchero muscling through all that contact.
Here's Cunningham. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
Are you taking a dozen different supplements to manage your perimenopause symptoms? Hair loss, vitamins, sleep aids, mushrooms, or 5 cups of coffee just to stay awake?
It's good from Cunningham.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high.
Hey everybody, it's DJ NV, just hilarious on the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Here with us as well. We have special guests in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. David
Good.
And he
You
comes
name
up
is
with
don't
the
push
deuce.
ups and eat your protein. Nice, man. Don't take the full advantage of that time, huh?
Couple chicken tacos, Tony.
How are you, first?
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence, the big lead.
If I
They
could sum
got
it
off
up,
to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
And it's Carter missing.
See, everybody just happy to see me like I'm not just seeing
Pistons
Do you feel like you need to
by
get right
10.
back to it?
And back
You
with
want
the
to just
start
adjust
of
and
the
do
second quarter in just a moment.
You gotta get in the hardest study out there.
No.
Yes, you are.
You're allowed to, but not. Like
And
you
welcome
have to
back
make
to the
that
second
decision.
quarter of action.
I
Plenty of
mean,
basketball left to play,
for
but
me,
this one has been one-sided so far.
So, I wouldn't say
And a
like
chance for
getting
just a
right back
second now
to
to
it.
check
It's
out
like
the scoring
something that I
breakdown
missed.
for the Pistons.
Like I'm saying, definitely getting my school.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
If that's getting back to it, then yeah.
Now here's Jones. All scoring in this one.
Nah, it doesn't.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Payne.
Nah, just
Target from the baseline.
how you said, like in the boxing, in
Pass to
the ring for a
Thompson.
while, you gotta hit up real quick, sit still about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So just hurry it
That long wingspan aids him there, turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
You had a run.
Now here's Heisen.
Mainstream.
Thompson in the post.
Yes,
that goes in.
Everything, and then
Thompson's got the lead up to 12 now for Detroit.
When you allow good scores to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Jones.
I guess to sum it up, you know what I'm saying, as far
Rebound
as the
by the
losing
Pistons.
side, as far as the losing side, I
And
just
now inside to foul intentionally.
it's going through something
Really
with
no idea
certain
why
parts
you're
of
fouling
the
in a
different labels.
situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now here's Cunningham. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Here's Black. Holland with the rebound.
Something like that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, put it in.
Thompson looking for an opening.
So I just have to I just did it out.
Outside for Robinson.
Certain things will happen. So.
You got locked up.
Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Pistons lead by 14.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct. Just fanning the flame.
Always plays
know
hard
what it is,
until the
honestly,
final
not
whistle,
being
no
able to
matter
record
what the situation
was the biggest thing. Because as an artist, you hear a little bit, you do a little beat on the table, and you could just start to write, and you get the writing stuff in your head, or you hear melodies in your head. But that feeling when I'm gonna go to the studio, like, oh, I ain't about to know it right now. You know what I'm saying? So it made me miss. So it made me miss the melody. With the music. Definitely hungry.
So when you got that feeling when you were locked up, did you just write? Like, how did you? Because as a creative, it's still there. Like, what did you do to release at that point?
Yeah, that's actually
The
crazy.
Magic trailed by 14. Nifty move. Black, no good.
So write a song.
Detroit with the ball. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
The problem with it
His athleticism is really
feel like it's
off
not
the charts.
as
Let's see
authentic as
Thompson punch it home like that.
You've got the option to
Here's
change
Black.
out there and say different things.
Nothing on the board.
I would say this different. I
Uses the
would say
glass to
this
finish
like.
the layup.
So like when you write, it's kind of like, let me make this out. And you know what I'm saying? Like when it's coming out, it's just whatever you feel after this, like raw
Pass to
emotion.
Stewart.
Yeah, so like that creative process is basically.
That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
What I want to know is where is the rim protection? That was just too easy.
That's me.
Yeah,
Outside, Payne.
let's see where
Back to Black. Lets it go from deep. Thompson with the rebound. Cunningham for 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. The Magic making a switch here.
I'm blessed enough to just wake up and do whatever.
Pistons lead by 16.
And I see what the score would be 20 of us. Everybody was able to.
Cunningham outside. Takes it inside. In the hoop for his fourth field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And just too fast. Cunningham slices right through him.
That definitely. The crazy thing is,
bounce pass
if they were there.
Over to the wing. Here's Van Carroll. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots off to a good start. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. The shot's good. Cunningham's got 12.
I love the mentality of Cunningham tonight, looking for his shot, and boy, is he using it.
Bitadze can't hit.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
The Magic trailed by 18. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Thompson right side. And Thompson slams it home.
The craftiness on his finish helped Thompson grab the whistle on that play.
Detroit shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. That free throw good from Thompson. And it's the Magic with the ball. Guys are looking for a spark here.
A cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And she just did
count that bucket.
It was like, all right, buddy, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That drive by Carter.
She pushed that as looking at her own person. So, like, things like that, I could.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after
this break. They have like this area where people from Jersey, we like to pull each other down. So it's hard to.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive. And it probably has to happen quickly.
Man, 50. So,
Pistons leading by 23. And it's Anthony Black with the foul. That's his first foul.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a tough call right there.
From day one,
really a tough break.
It was like he reached out, like, yo, whatever you need, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right.
Detroit with the ball.
And then it was like,
pass to Thompson.
Where does
now Robinson.
I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to that. I'm used to it going the other way around. So it was just like, it was nothing. He, whatever I need, he answered the phone.
Now Black.
He didn't shy up. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to the time I'm about to come home.
And
you know, how you getting home and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if anything, like, as far as mentally,
just 5 on the clock.
And like mentally, like, help you.
Buries it down low. Black's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Magic.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One of the advantages that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Here is Carter, following the bucket by the Pistons. The kick out to Bain.
Should have stopped with the
And
knee.
it's Tillman.
Should have kept going
Out of
forward.
bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
That's what could be going.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Everything he told me was just like, you know what I'm saying, I did that too. So Thomas, yeah, this is my last chance. You know what I'm saying? However that sounds to people. Yeah. Sure you know what that means. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make count.
I remember the academics before you had one.
Yeah.
And you was talking about, you know, what is going to
Detroit making a switch.
See, that's crazy because, you know, that was like clickbait. You know, if you actually rewatch the interview, I never said that I was going broke. I just said it's slowing down.
And the over him here in the third.
Yeah.
To the wing right side.
I was just basically
Van
like
Carroll,
saying, I was telling him
rebounded by Cade Cunningham.
how I felt the
Pistons
transition.
by 23. And the dunk by Stewart.
2015, 2016.
And really with a pass-first mentality, Cunningham, the type of player that
so it's just
like
like,
to play
I guess the way they broke it up.
Now
Cunningham.
Following Franz Wagner's three-point attempt. Pass to Stewart.
Looks
to get it to Vane and does. Here's Wagner. And it's blocked.
For the most part.
And they'll keep possession.
I was done.
For the three.
I
Rebounded by Cade Cunningham.
You know what I'm saying? I was just.
And so it's Cunningham bringing up for the Detroit
Pistons.
Pistons.
Like, if it ain't me in my,
They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
Like that, you know what I'm saying? And
now here's Cunningham.
They
lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25.
But nah, truthfully though, man, I just, you know, I had to grow up. You know what I'm saying? I was still,
tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah,
right
now
you just need a bucket to get some momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody shining like how I'm shining.
Left of the wing.
I told me a story the other day actually. They said,
here's Holland. Hank Carroll grabs the board. On offense, here are the Magic.
50 point sequence.
Here's Wagner.
Yeah, 2 calls. 2 good calls.
That's in there. Carter
Somebody
with the
grabbed
assist.
the call. They all did it.
Wagner's got his second bucket.
Oh, good job executing inside. Wagner in total control down there.
Everything. So they did this damn near every week. And then the time
Driving in.
like you have to fly to it, like they didn't fly to it.
Back to LeVert. Wagner with it. Robinson picks him up.
And last time I was playing,
Wagner's got 5 points in the quarter.
If you're not right up there on them,
I kept telling myself,
It's stolen by Cunningham.
they let me out right now. You can put me in the
Here's Holland.
Let me see it. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
1:35 left to play in the third. Carter pulls it in. Holland with the rebound.
So I kind of showing up it's like what you get back to the business effect about what else you going to do differently like later wise because you said there was like some
he's
issues.
just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
This is like the best way I could put that without it being to that. Like I said, I don't like that. To have conversations about other places, to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Money complicates things. And it gets to a point where
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. You can't be happy with that soft interior D.
Most likely. Yeah, most likely in college basketball.
And it's the Magic with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Deep two from Wagner. Rebound, Detroit. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. And slam dunk by Ivy.
Man, can Ivy fly? I mean, a big-time finish.
It's stolen by Jones. Ivy with the bucket. Ivy's got 4 points in the quarter.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
And playing with some force on the interior. You gotta love Carter Jr. playing with that level of physicality. And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
He gets it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Ivy. Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
And so it's Detroit with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And it's Orlando's ball. Pass to Bitadze. Wagner outside. Levert grabs the miss. Here's Jones. Makes it off the glass. Jones has got his first 2 points.
This is why coaches talk about playing with pace.
They've been able to attack the defense before they get set, really making the most of their fast break opportunities.
Here's Holland. After the basket by Franz Wagner. Here's Black. Pass to Bitadze. Orlando moving the ball around. Fires the three. They get the rebound. Here's De Silva. Kicks it out to Wagner. Lock at 6. Shoots over Levert. And it's Wagner missing. Detroit dictating the flow. Down low. Pass to Levert. Here's Holland. That's good. And it's Levert with the assist.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
No good on the quick three. And slam dunk by Ivy.
It doesn't take much room. Ivy saw some daylight and just took off.
Here's Richardson. Another miss by Orlando. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked. And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
So it's Detroit now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Bucket is good.
My name is Kinsey.
Holland
got
got 4
joining
this
me today.
quarter.
Some of my favorite boys.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Champion 5-time Pro Bowler and 2-time
Now,
All-Pro
here's
quarterback.
Wagner. Back to Richardson.
Top 5 passer
And
in
just
the
about 3
history
minutes
of
through the fourth
Trojans
quarter here.
and all quarterbacks.
Back to Wagner. And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
I don't know if you guys know this
And
yet or
Orlando
not, but
making a
there is
change
an
here.
empty seat on the couch right here. A little mystery man. So to be continued, but you
Now
guys are
here's
not going to want to miss this one because this guest is actually unreal. I'm so excited. This is going to be crazy. So stay tuned
Trains
for
it from
that.
beyond the arc. Jenkins got his first 3 points of the game.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Here's Ivy.
No,
Here's
this is
Holland.
better than great stuff.
Tries again. Over Carter. Holland, no good.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
Number one is
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A 3 of you.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Cade Cunningham.
Incredible game for him. He had endless energy. No doubt, best player on the floor tonight.
Now the Pistons with it. This one now up to 13-2.
Upset of the weekend be That is all coming up next. But of course, you guys.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Now is the time. Get $75
Gotta
in
respect
bonus
that
entry.
Cunningham
We
takes
play with this
charge,
$5
making
using
something
all
happen
promo
and
codes
drawing the
GRID.
contact.
To celebrate Wildcard Weekend,
The first free
Underdog
throw
is
is
dropping
good.
a gimme pick on a quarterback of your choice from any Wildcard game. So there's going to be surprise promos all weekend long. So make sure you're checking out the app and going and supporting in the show. Always, you guys, use code GRID. First things first, I do want to start with the college game last night because that was a wild ending, 31-27, Miami defeating Ole Miss. 6 seconds remaining, Ole Miss at the 35-yard line, having one last chance.
From him
And
to
then
get a
outside the
hand
ball
on
to
that
the end zone,
and tip
but
it out.
receiver Frederick could only get a single hand. So I want to take a look because Ole Miss fans are a little bit upset right now.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Another steal.
One more time because that's
now Black. And here's the try.
You got this before the show. That's how fired up everybody on the
Here is Cunningham. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 15-4 run. Outside Robinson. Thompson with the jam.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home. And as it should be. To be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Here's Robinson. And he makes it the lane.
Rating baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells a story of how well you are playing.
He pushed the referee, might let it chill. But if you just run it and he grabbed him and put it, they might have caught it. But you like this, he like this, y'all both going for the ball. Last play of the game, Hail Mary type situation. They never gonna call that shit, man, unless it's just super blatant. If the receiver, you doing what you doing too. So I don't think it was pass interference. It was a great game though. How about our other DB?
Oh man, you know. Absolutely not. No, it was good. It was a good quarrel. It was a downfield quarrel. Like,
no,
you know, at some point, if I'm getting punched, I got to defend myself. Right. Lee said, I'm getting choked out. I got to get your hands off me. It's an end of a play. It's a desperation pass to the corner of an end zone, damn near uncatchable. So